What's going on, guys? So one of my students named Miguel, who I've been working with for about 9 months now, really struggled with dropshipping. He had great stores, he had great products, and he learned pretty much everything about the business prior to working with me, but yet wasn't able to get any sales regardless of trying over and over again. Eventually, he came to me and wanted to work with me, and I came in and realized that it was because of his ads. He was using outdated strategies that he was learning from YouTube. He was testing terrible campaigns and wasn't running ads the right way, which was causing him to lose hundreds of dollars per product and not get any sales on multiple different stores that, in my opinion, definitely could have been winners. Now, as you can see here on my screen, Miguel ended up getting to the point where he was making about $4,000 a day on this store after changing our ad strategy. And he was also able to get himself one of the Shopify plaques for getting 10,000 orders on his store, made about $1 million, which was great to hear, especially after him failing for so many years. We were able to start seeing success. So I've gotten a lot of comments of people asking, how do you run your ads? Can you teach me how to run Facebook ads? So in this video is going to be a full tutorial on exactly how I ran ads for Miguel and how you guys can do it the same. If you guys are interested in working with me, there is going to be a link in the description as well, but we'll talk more on that later. So when you're getting into Facebook ads, it is a multiple step process, and a lot of people miss some of the most important steps needed to actually run successful ads. So it is going to be a 4 or 5 step process to actually get ads up and running, but I'm going to walk you through that. The first thing you're going to want to do is just log into Facebook. Go to your regular Facebook homepage and click on See More, and then go down to the section where you see Pages. So as you can see here, it's that orange flag, you see Pages, and you go to this top left and create a new profile or page. Click on Public Page, Next, and then Get Started. And this is where you're going to be creating your brand page. Before we even step into the ad manager, maybe even before you have a product, what we're going to do is go ahead and create our brand. So let's say we're selling a beauty product, and we're going to call this, let's call it Nourish Beauty. Category, we're going to type in beauty, cosmetics, and personal care. Bio is optional. I'm just going to make it something very simple. I'd recommend you do the same. The one-stop shop for the best products at the best cost. You don't need to do this, but then that's all you need to go ahead and click on Create Page so we can go ahead and get our public profile open. This is where we're going to be running ads from on Facebook, and this is what our customers are going to be seeing. So now that our page is created, we have to finish setting it up. What we're going to do is go to our website. Obviously, you would enter your website link, nourishbeauty.com. This isn't an actual website, by the way. I just made up this name myself. Add your phone number, email. Here, I really recommend do not add your personal home address because then people are going to be able to see that. Go ahead and search up some random free PO box generator in your city and just make a PO box address for legal reasons, just so you can have a page. Here, we're not going to do anything, just do no hours available, don't have any of that, and then go through the process of creating your page. I'm not going to go ahead and do this because I don't actually have a website ready to go, but as you can see, if I go to a random page that I made earlier for one of my student examples, I have pretty much everything needed that's set up. But once you have your page created and that part is done, we're able to start moving on to our Facebook Ads Manager and actually setting up some campaigns for the first time. So once you get into the Facebook Ads Manager, it is a little bit, confusing, and it can be a little bit scary because Facebook ads is not easy. It is pretty complicated, unlike something like TikTok. So using Facebook ads, we're only going to focus on a few different pieces of the ads manager here. What we're going to do first is before we set up any ads, we need to make sure we have an active pixel set up. Basically what a pixel does is that is what tracks your campaigns, where you can see how many sales you're getting, how many people are clicking, the people watching your videos, and what gets the information from Shopify to Facebook. Before we set up our pixel, what you're going to do is go to your Shopify store that hopefully you've already created. If you haven't, there's a link for that in the description. But then just go to Apps down here in the top, or the bottom left, and click on Add, and then just search up or click on Shopify App Store here, and it's going to take you to the Shopify app library. And then once you get on here, just search up Meta. And this is going to give you the Facebook ads thing. Basically, as you can see, here's the best match. I already have it installed. Go ahead and click on Open. I'm just going to go ahead and open the Facebook extension on Shopify, which you don't have to do this, but it does make setting up your pixel 10 times easier, and it's only a 2 to 3 step process. So once you get Facebook open, we're not going to touch that for now. Just leave it as is, just so you have Facebook on your Shopify store. and then go back to your ads manager. And on this left sidebar here, we're going to see something called the events manager. Click on that, and this is where we change and build our pixel. So once you get into the events manager, click on data sources in this left-hand corner, and this is where you're going to be able to see your pixel data. This is where you can test conversions and everything. You just want to make sure your account is connected. What you're going to do is on the Facebook app on Shopify, just click on Connect Facebook Account in this top right. I'm not going to click it because it's going to show all my information, but click on that and it's literally going to be a straight walkthrough of just a pop-up connecting Facebook account. Click Allow and you'll see that inside your Events Manager. Then you're going to go to Test Events, and this is where you're going to be able to actually test to make sure your pixel is working. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same website that I'm using, this cellulite massager thing, and go to Events Manager. Let's go ahead and clear. Okay, we have our website in there now. As we can see, view content, processed. I can go ahead and add this product to a cart and see it in my cart now. And then over here it should, add to cart reflected. So now test events are working and we can see my pixels active and Facebook is able to see the traffic coming in from Shopify, which makes this, mandatory. You need to have a pixel set up. You need to have Shopify working with Facebook, or else your ads are not going to do well at all, because the biggest process here is literally getting Facebook to work with Shopify. But once you have that set up, we can go ahead and click on campaigns. This is where we actually start building our ads. Now, what I did for Miguel and what I always do when I'm testing new products and new stores is do a 1-1 3-5. So what that means is one campaign, one ad set, and then about 3 to 5 ads. Basically, if I want to break that down of how that actually works, a campaign is basically, if we want to break this down into simple terms, let's say a campaign is a house. A campaign is the living center of where your ads live. That is the whole house. That's where everyone goes in, and that's where all the ads live. But the ad sets are going to be different rooms inside of that house. So let's say there are only one room in this house. So we only give one room for ads to spin out of. But inside that room, we have 3 ads that are living in there. And that's where all 3 ads are going to be spinning out of the same budget from that one campaign, which is called a CBO, or a campaign budget optimization. What we can do is you can also split that up. You can have multiple campaigns where those are completely different houses, completely unrelated whatsoever. Or we can have one campaign and 2 different ad sets, which would be 2 different rooms in that house, where we can have the same 3 ads living in one room and then an exact copy of those 3 ads living in the other room that have some different metrics but are still spinning out of the same budget. So that's the best way I can describe it. We're going to have one campaign, one house, one room in that house, and only about 3 to 5 ads, which are all going to be spinning out of our same budget. So what I'm going to do is click on Create a Campaign, and we always do sales. Obviously, if you're running a dropshipping store, your main goal here is to get sales on your product, so we want to get conversions. And click on Continue. Don't change anything else. What we're going to do is write your campaign as something you can remember. So let's do, if I was talking about that cellulite massager test 1. And you're going to leave everything else on this page the same. Just leave it all, except the budget. For testing a budget on a product that goes from $30 to $70, I always recommend testing at $50 a day, because that's where you're going to see the most results. I like to know if my product is going to be a winner or not within the first 3 days of running ads. And if you're running at a $10 to $25 budget, it's going to take you longer than 3 days for your ads to optimize. But with Facebook, it's really, really good at allocating your budget to the right places and the right people, to where $50 a day is very beneficial, if you can afford it, to actually start seeing results with your business. And then we are not going to touch anything else. Advantage Plus with Facebook is really, really good. So everything here is totally fine. Campaign is done. Now we move on to our ad set, which here, like I said, we're only going to be making one ad set. So we would call this basically Test Creatives 1. And this is going to be where our ad set lives. And here, performance goal is going to be asking what your goal of this campaign is. What do you want to get out of this? We're going to change this to maximize number of conversions. That way, we want to get people to make purchases on our business. Because obviously, if Facebook wants to optimize for one specific thing, we want it to optimize for people purchasing our products from our store. Don't change any rules here. Leave that all the same. Leave all of this the exact same. Start date, we always want to make this the next day out at midnight. So this would be June 24th at 12 o'clock a.m. CDT. So that means right now it's June 23rd. At midnight tonight, these ads are going to start running. We never want to start midday or end of day because then it doesn't, get to push it right and spin the budget right, and it's going to try to throw $50 at a bunch of random people throughout the next 12 hours of the day. So it's not worth it. Just be a little bit patient and schedule it for midnight the next day. No end date, of course, because we can just cut the ads whenever we want to. Locations. We are going to change locations to about the big four. So we're going to do locations and do United States, Canada. We are going to do United Kingdom, We're going to do New Zealand, Australia, and these are going to be the big four countries. This is where you want to, promote most of your ads to. Facebook does a really good job at pushing your ads to the right place, so don't just make it worldwide, and it's not worth it to make it just US unless your product is literally only compatible with people in the US. I always like to push it to different locations, even though 90% of the time my sales are mostly coming from the US, but it's just worth it to have. Suggest an audience, leave that. Facebook will find you an audience that's going to purchase your product. Trust me. Placements, we are going to change our placements here. So for platforms, we're going to leave all of these suggested except for Audience Network and except for Facebook Threads, which on this campaign it's obviously not even available, but if it is, don't use Threads and don't use Audience Network. Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger are totally fine. Those are going to be where most of your sales are coming from. Skippable ads included, leave everything else exactly the same. Next, I'm going to click on Next, and this is going to be the ads that live inside of the ad set. This is going to be what actually shows on the screen, the people that are watching your ads. We're going to label these individually, but you do not want to make the mistake of making a flex campaign or a flex ad, which I know a lot of people do. Basically what that would look like is uploading 2 to 3 videos inside of the same ad, which if you have 3, creatives to test, obviously you'd be more inclined to just upload them all at once, which it can run out of the same ad. But at that point, you can only turn off the one ad. You're not going to be able to see the individual analytics and data from each individual creative. You're not going to be able to raise budgets on individual creatives. You're not going to be able to cut individual creatives. And it becomes very difficult. And this is one of the huge mistakes I see a lot of people make is instead of cutting one creative that's not working, they're going to cut that whole campaign and test new creatives. So what we're going to do is, as you can see in the top left, here's our campaign, here's our ad set, and this is our ad. Click on this and click duplicate and go ahead and click on existing ad set, keep it in the same ad set and make 3 copies or 2 copies where we're testing 3 ads, and keep all this the same, duplicate. And then as we can see now, we have 1, 2, 3 different ads. And this is where our 3 creatives are going to go. And this is exactly how we're going to see our exact analytics for each individual video. So if we go back to this first one here, name this test ad 1. Keep your Facebook page that you created. As you can see, this is the one that I created, I showed you a second ago. This is why it's important, or this is my Instagram account, whatever. The Facebook page, that's the one that I created that I showed you. Format. Keep this as single image or video. Do not do a carousel, do not do collection. Keep it like that. And you can keep multi-advertiser ads. It does good with that. Website URL. Go ahead and drop in the URL to your product page, not your home page. Make sure this is your product page, because if you're one of the people that send traffic to a blank home page that has a bunch of different products from your general store, no one's going to purchase from that, if I'm being completely honest with you. So get your product page. Make sure you double check, click preview, and make sure it goes to the correct product page, and that's the link you want to send traffic to. We're running specifically video ads, so I'm not going to do any display link here, no point. Media setup, manual upload every single time. And what we're going to do here is add media and add video, and add just one. These are the ones that I had already created. Just go ahead and add a single creative on here. And now we have our stories and reels, feeds and in-stream ads, and Facebook search results. This is going to give you some errors for the square type of ads. Don't worry about it because it's fine. It's just not going to show it. Primary text. This is where it starts getting important as far as copywriting and actual showing the ads to your customers. For primary text, this is what people are going to see main on the ad. You could do something like get rid of annoying you light in 30 days or less, or your money back. So a little bit longer. You want to make this about a full sentence, a sentence and a half, and just something that people can actually read and see the results of your product, as well as potentially a guarantee if you offer one. Headlines, this is going to be very short and concise, very bold, and this is what you're going to sell people with. So it would be something like, get yours 50% off today. And then I like to throw little emojis in there. So this is a product made for females, so obviously I'm gonna do like a little heart or like flower or something. Description, I never do descriptions on my ads, but headlines and primary text, that's going to be the best one to do. Actually, I almost kept flexible media on there, so I'm gonna turn that off. Basically what you're gonna do here is call to action. I split test this, so I test on different creatives, different call to actions. Usually the best performing one is always gonna be shop now, obviously, but depending on the product, if it's a self-help or a very big result type of product, I've seen Learn More also perform well for me. But for the case of this video, I'm going to be using Shop Now. Next, we're going to keep this all the exact same. As you can see, everything is set up. You don't have to worry about any of the errors or the text on the videos. That's all good. Keep that all the same and click on Publish. Now we have our first ad created. And obviously, these are our copies here. So we have that published. We can go ahead and edit this one and recreate that process over and over again. Single image and video, multi-advertiser ads, you keep that on. Your links. Okay, but now as we can see, our ads are set up. And I'm not gonna go through the process of doing it again and again. But once you do that, your ad is published. That's set up. That's exactly how I run my ads. And it may look simple in this video, and it is. I run a very simple ad strategy, and I let Facebook do most of the heavy lifting for me as far as getting traffic and getting eyes to my advertisements. But once you have that set up, we're going to go ahead and go back to our campaign here, and this is where you're going to see all of your data of how to test your ads and what you're getting results with. So this is going to be your individual ads and how they're performing, and you do not want to look at these metrics here because it's going to give you some very bad view metrics on what you're looking at. You're not going to know if your ads are performing well or not. So we're going to go ahead and make this a very custom layout. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is customize columns, and I'll show you guys how I set up my ads. So the first thing you're going to do is X out all of these columns here on the left. Just literally get rid of everything, and we're going to start it from scratch. So first what I'm going to do is go ahead and select amount spent. Obviously you want to know how much your ads are spending. Then you're going to do clicks all, CPC all. I'll go ahead and go through what these mean in a minute. And then obviously actions, or we'll do results. Sorry. Costs, we're going to do cost per result. We'll keep that the same. Clicks, make sure that is all good. Optimization, we don't need any of that. We'll keep impressions on there as well, and we need ROAS. Then custom, we're going to add hold rate and hook rate. I'll show you guys how to add these custom in a second. But then we apply this, and now we're able to see all of our data on here. And I'll explain to you guys what this all means. Basically, amount spent, it's as it says, it's how much your ads have spent total on each creative. Clicks, how many people have clicked a link from your creative. CPC is cost per click. So how much money you're paying per every person that goes and clicks on your ad. Results is, obviously, if you optimize your ads for purchase, is going to be website purchases. How many people purchased from that advertisement? Cost per result is going to be how much money you spent per each website sale. Impressions is going to be about how many people have viewed your advertisement or at least seen it. Purchase ROAS is going to be return on ad spend. So it's basically going to be telling you how much money you're getting back from every dollar spent on ads. So if you spent, $1 on ads and you make $1 back, that is going to be a 1 ROAS. But if you spend, $10 on ads and you get $100 back, that is going to be a 10 ROAS, which would be, pretty awesome if you could get that result. And then hold rate and hook rate. These are two custom metrics that I have created. The hold rate is the percentage of people that have been held and watched throughout your video instead of just seeing it and scrolling past it. So you can determine how well your hook is and how many people are actually interested in the whole creative. Hook rate is going to be how many people were hooked by your ad. So people, if they're just doom scrolling on TikTok and they see your ad and instantly scroll past it, you're going to get a bad hook rate. But if people get hooked and they watch the video, that means the initial, entry of your video, your initial hook was good enough to attract people's attention and it worked. So the way you add these, as you can see, if it'll tell you, hold rate is going to be a custom metric. That is going to be through plays divided by impressions. You can screenshot this on the screen right now if you need it. And hold rate is going to be 3-second video plays divided by impressions. So the way you can actually add these is go ahead and click on custom and click on this, click on custom and create custom metric. And you're basically just going to make the equation yourself based on that screenshot you hopefully just took. But as you can see, through plays divided by impressions, that's exactly how to make the hold rate. Just name it yourself, and then you can add that into your metric layout here. But guys, that was the most in-depth Facebook ads tutorial I could possibly give you. If you're interested in getting results like this, like Miguel did, you are able to join my mentorship program in the description if you qualify, as well as I have a full 1-hour-long course on YouTube showing you exactly how to do everything related to this business. Would love to help you guys out however I can. And if you have any other questions for me, put a comment in the description and I'll be sure to try to respond to everybody that I can. I hope this video was able to help you guys out if you're confused about Facebook ads or new to this business, and I wish you the best of luck on your e-commerce journey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.